Ohio high school sports just got a bit more competitive. What student athletes should know about the new name, image, and likeness rules.
A massive toy drive in Kent is helping bring Christmas to hundreds of local kids, but organizers say the need is still growing. We'll take you inside their North Pole.
With Thanksgiving just days away, airports are bracing for big crowds. We have some tips to help you get to your holiday destination a little smoothly.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening and welcome back to Kent Stater TV News. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Sophia Lena. Thank you for joining us for your Monday evening.
Well, a shakeup in the sports world today for high school students.
Ohio now joins 44 other states to allow name, image, and likeness at high school level.
The Kent Stater's Kayla Gleason is here with more. Hi, Kayla.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so I have a few updates for you after the emergency OHSAA vote on name, image, and likeness. Today, the Ohio High School Athletic Association announced they approved a new bylaw allowing athletes to make money selling their name, image, or likeness. This came after an emergency vote was prompted by a lawsuit filed by the family of Ohio State commit Jameer Brown. The lawsuit said Brown was kept from earning money, like being paid for endorsements, licensing, and social media content. While the bylaws surrounding name, image, and likeness have changed, the OHSAA highlighted key rules student athletes must follow to remain eligible. Students cannot complete sponsorship activities during school time or use OHSAA trademarked materials. In addition, OHSAA schools cannot provide sponsorship agreements to student athletes. The scholarships offered to students cannot be dependent on athlete performance, cannot be used to convince students to switch schools, and must only benefit the student personally, rather than the student's team or school. Athletes and parents are encouraged to seek professional advice and treat these activities as a business. More details on how to disclose an agreement will be posted on the OHSAA website. Those are all the updates I have on the past NIL rules. For KSTV News, I'm Kayla Gleason.
Thanks, Kayla. Governor Mike DeWine says he is regretting his decision to legalize sports betting in Ohio. This comes after Guardians pitchers Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase were recently indicted in an illegal gambling scheme. The Republican governor said that he regrets unleashing the gambling industry on Ohioans, citing how large these gambling companies have become. And one of the suspects in a shooting at the massive Airbnb party in Bath Township was issued a $3 million bond in court Monday morning.
18-year-old Dearquan Edwards is one of 3 suspects behind bars for the shooting that killed an 18-year-old. He appeared to have video for arraignment in Akron Municipal Court after being arrested in New Philadelphia.
Police say Edwards, a 19-year-old, and a third suspect who was just 16 years old are all responsible for the mass shooting.
In Willoughby today, police prompted a lockdown at Grant Elementary School while officers investigated a nearby report of domestic violence. Police say the homeowner on Lost Nation Road threatened harm and pulled a gun on Lake County Sheriff's deputy. At 3:15 p.m., police updated community members that the incident is over. Parent pickup at the elementary school wasn't affected, but there were some school bus delays.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
All right, well, students are going to be heading back for the Thanksgiving break soon, and we can expect some good weather, I hope.
Yes, we have Ryan here. Ryan, what can you tell us about this Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving, unfortunately, this year, it looks like it's going to be pretty cold. However, for the rest of the day today, it was mostly a very nice day. As you look right now, it's about 48 degrees. It wasn't too cold, it wasn't too warm. It was right around what you would hope for November. For the most part, it was around, the humidity today was 39%, which is pretty good. But for the most part, it was a very regular day, not too much clouds, just mostly a clear and dry day. And then as we go to the rest of the night, it's going to be a very clear night. There's a little bit of cloud cover right now, but I wouldn't expect too much of the clouds to continue, and it's going to be clear for most of the rest of the night. And then as we go into our day tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit more rainy. As we go throughout the morning, it's going to be this off and on, or we go into the night, it's going to be more off and on rain, but through the morning, it's going to be more of this heavy showers. And we can expect the sunrise at 7:25 a.m., which is a little bit earlier. And it should be a really more of a rainy day tomorrow compared to what we've been seeing. And I wouldn't expect too much rain, but for the most part, the rest of the night should be clear. But look out tomorrow again for some rain. Now let's go back to Sydney and Sophia for more news updates.
Thanks, Ryan. The Ben Curtis Foundation is gearing up for its biggest holiday season yet, working to deliver gifts, meals, and a little Christmas magic to more than 700 children across the area.
KSTV Lex Rady takes us inside the operation and shows how the community is making it possible. Lex, what can you tell us?
Well, guys, inside the foundation's warehouse, volunteers are already sorting, checking, and wrapping gifts. And for organizers, this space has become the heart of their holiday work. To give more than 700 kids across Portage, Summit, and Stark counties a full Christmas, complete with gifts, essentials, and a holiday meal.
My husband Ben and I started the Ben Curtis Family Foundation in 2013 when we noticed there was a problem with food insecurity in our hometown of Kent. We provide roughly 6,200 bags a month to students, local students.
What started as a small effort has grown into thousands of meals and hundreds of holiday wish lists filled, all packed and checked inside their Kent warehouse.
This year it's over 700 kids in 10 districts, and the families drive through their school and pick up all of the gifts for the children and their family, as well as a complete Christmas meal.
Organizers say many families are stretched thin this year, and while the need is growing, the goal remains the same, making the season feel magical for every child.
You know, parents want to make the season so magical for their children, and being able to bring the gifts to them, you know, without having to actually buy it because they can't for the season. It means the absolute most of these children.
The foundation now partners with more than 30 to 40 local businesses and schools, including Kent State, to help gather toys, fill wish lists, and stock their shelves through December.
It's amazing that, you know, that each year we get more and more volunteers, more and more help, and it's truly amazing.
And even a small contribution can support a child through the season. A $125 online donation covers a full Christmas bundle for one child. Gifts, essentials, and all.
I mean, if it's $1 or if it's 10,000, whatever, or if it's just volunteer taking time away from your busy life to come in and help. So we'll take any help you can.
The foundation's deadline for donations is November 24th, giving volunteers enough time to prepare for the big pickup day on December 13th, ensuring every child gets a magical holiday morning. For KSTV, I'm Lex Rady.
Thanks, Lex. Cleveland Browns legend Bernie Kosar was discharged from University hospitals this morning from last week's successful liver transplant. Kosar's been battling liver cancer and Parkinson's disease since the summer of 2024. Kosar received the liver from Bryce Dunlap, a 21-year-old local from North Olmsted who tragically passed away. Kosar struggled to find the words to thank the family, saying, quote, "I can't love and thank and appreciate them enough."
At the home of the Cleveland Browns, Zach Bryan is making a stop in Cleveland this May. Cleveland will be the last stop on the tour's first U.S. leg before Bryan heads across the pond to Spain. This tour will be for his upcoming album titled With Heaven on Top, set for a January release. Pre-sale for the May 9th show begins next Wednesday, December 3rd, and open to the public on December 5th.
Former FBI Director James Comey's case was tossed out by a federal judge. More on the dismissed charges.
The woman charged in the 2014 Slenderman attack has been returned to custody. More about her escape from justice.
Is it okay over there? Is that good?
Jackie boy, look, we have been through a lot together.
Right up before this rain, this rain goes away.
Well, it's just,
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Airport TSA is expecting more than 17.8 million screenings over the Thanksgiving holiday travel period.
CNN's Michael Yoshida has some tips before you check in for your flight this week.
Millions of Americans are expected to fly for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Expect a little more volume, expect some delays, expect some cancellations.
Paul Bernardini with Flighty, a flight tracking app, offers these tips. First, know your itinerary and possible trouble spots. Ideally, fly direct. But if that's not possible, then understand your airport connections and challenges they may present, such as air traffic controller-related delays like those experienced this year at Newark, or possible winter weather, like in Denver or Chicago. Shorter routes, too, can be dicey.
So think like Scottsdale to Las Vegas, or Chattanooga to Nashville, or Philadelphia to Newark. That's where we tend to see the most delays in the U.S.
By understanding these things, you can create a plan B, or even change your itinerary to avoid potential trouble. Once travel day arrives, Bernardini says knowing where your plane is and where it's coming from is the most important thing.
Okay, my plane before it gets to me in, sunny Miami, is going to go through 4 or 5 cities that are getting hit by a snowstorm today. And I'm going to have to probably plan ahead a bit more, or just be aware that there's a potential of more delays.
Slowdowns that won't always be immediately shown on the airport monitor or in your airline app.
Airlines, they don't really have an incentive to tell you right away. They have to manage crews, they have to shift things around, and then alert the passengers, hey, this is what's occurred.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
This Thanksgiving Eve, local law enforcement is planning multiple sobriety checkpoints across Summit County. According to a media release, the Summit County OVI Task Force will be conducting sobriety checkpoints all throughout Summit County this Wednesday, November 26, into early Thursday morning, November 27. This measurement comes as Thanksgiving is known as one of the busiest bar nights of the year.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
This week is Thanksgiving, and so with millions traveling for the holidays, let's take a look at what we can expect for these important travel days. Currently, right now, throughout the Ohio area, it's about the same for the most part. Athens is a little bit colder, Toledo is a little bit colder, but through the rest of the week, around Wednesday night, this northern air is going to push down towards the Ohio area, and it's going to be called a polar vortex, which is going to make this weather that we're going to experience very, very cold as we get to Thanksgiving. But for the weather as of right now in our area, it's about the same for the most part. 52 in Kent, where we are. Most part, it's going to be around clear for the rest of the night. Not too much, not any rain expected for the night, but there'll be a little bit of rain tomorrow morning. And then as we get to the rest of the week, tomorrow is going to be a little bit rainy, and then on Wednesday we're going to have a little bit of rain in the morning. Won't be too much rain, but be a little bit of some off and on rain. And then as we get into Thanksgiving or Turkey, it's going to be very cold. It's going to be around 33 degrees. And then on Friday, we're going to expect a little bit of snow throughout the day. It won't be too much. It'll be around up to about an inch. Same about on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're going to expect some mixed snow and rain. Although the snow is going to possibly the snow is going to turn into ice. And it's going to cause a little bit of some delays possibly on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. But so the snow we won't expect too much, but definitely can cause some delays for the holiday travel. But now let's go back to Sydney and Sophia for the rest of your Monday newscast.
Thank you, Ryan. A federal judge dismissed the indictments brought by Trump administration against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James this Monday. This comes as the judge found the appointment of the U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan, who brought the indictments, should be invalid and unconstitutional.
The Department of Defense is investigating Senator Mark Kelly over investigations of misconduct for a video posted last week on X. President Donald Trump is pushing for consequences to the retired U.S. Navy captain and 5 other Democratic lawmakers. The video reminded service members of their duty to disobey illegal orders. The Pentagon said Kelly could be recalled to active duty to face a court-martial or administrative punishment.
The White House has delayed the release of its plan to address rising healthcare costs. A plan President Donald Trump was expected to unveil today. The proposal is meant to prevent a spike in premiums as key Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire. KFF estimates premiums could more than double if that pandemic-era aid ends. The White House hasn't given a reason for the delay, and the Senate will vote on a related bill next month. A crime that shocked the nation continues with the escape of the woman who stabbed her 6th grade classmate.
10 years after the Slender Man incident, she is back in custody. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
Saturday night in Madison, Wisconsin, authorities say Morgan Geyser left her group home, met up with an acquaintance, then vanished. Years after, she pleaded guilty to attempted murder in the 2014 stabbing of her 12-year-old classmate. Police say she cut off the monitoring bracelet law enforcement used to track her. In a video posted to social media this weekend, her attorney, Tony Cotton, spoke directly to Geyser.
If Morgan happens to see this, turn yourself in. Do not continue to remain on the run like this. It is not in your best interest to handle this matter that way.
More than 24 hours later, Geyser was found sleeping at a truck stop around 150 miles from Madison. She was with another person whom police did not identify. The two were taken into custody, according to police. In January, a judge ordered Geyser to be released from a mental institute where she spent nearly 7 years based on recommendations from court-appointed doctors. Prosecutors argued she remained a danger to herself and others.
Most people are not capable of taking a knife and plunging it into someone else. One time, Morgan, as we know, did it 19 times.
When she was just 12 years old, Geyser and her friend Anissa Wire lured their classmate Peyton Leitner to a park in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where they stabbed her 19 times to impress Slender Man, a boogeyman for the internet age. Leitner survived, crawling out of the woods to safety, where she was discovered by a passing bicyclist. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Shedeur Sanders made his first career start yesterday. against the Las Vegas Raiders. Stick around for your KSTV Sports Report to see who won.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
You think you're just checking your messages or telling a friend you're on your way. They could be the last words you ever type. Make sure you get where you're going.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Good evening, I'm Gage Wellman, and for the third time this semester I have the pleasure of saying Happy Victory Monday to all you Cleveland Browns fans out there. Let's get into your KSTV Sports Report, starting with the Kent State men's basketball team. They delivered on their 6th straight win over the weekend. On Saturday, the Flashes took on the Cleveland State Vikings for the second time this season and won in convincing fashion by a final score of 91-71. Junior guard Sion Medley led KSU in scoring with 25, as senior forward Delrico Gillespie got his 7th double-double of the season. The Flashes will return to action on Saturday against Penn State satellite campus Penn State Shenango. In the win over the Las Vegas Raiders, Cleveland Browns defensive lineman Myles Garrett absolutely dominated the competition, posting 3 sacks and 5 tackles, 4 of which were for a loss. During this great performance, Garrett actually broke his own record of 16 sacks in one season, which was the Browns' record before his new one. Now, the only record in the way of Garrett is the NFL's single-season sack record, and well, Myles is just 5 away. That leads us into Las Vegas in the desert, where Shedeur Sanders, Colorado's former starting quarterback, the pride of the Buffaloes, made his first career start against the Raiders. Quinton Judkins, he's great from the Wildcat formation, and he gets it done, gets the scoring started for the Browns early. The newest highlight of the brand new career of Shedeur Sanders downfield finds Isaiah Bond for a deep ball that would lead to another Wildcat touchdown for Quinton Judkins. He had a great day, really led the Browns in offense, but this was the story of the game. The Browns defensive line combining for 10 sacks on Raiders quarterback Geno Smith, absolutely devouring him, pretty much keeping the Raiders from doing anything on offense. There's rookie defensive tackle Mason Graham. Then it's Sanders finding Dylan Sampson, the former SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and he gives Shedeur his first career touchdown, passing touchdown, and a screen pass, and that was too much for the Raiders to handle. Final score, Browns 21, Raiders 10. So as a result, it was announced today that moving forward, Sanders will remain the Browns starter despite the fact that fellow rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel cleared concussion protocol today and will be ready to go if needed. Sanders will make his first home start this Sunday at 1 p.m. against the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are holding a solid record this season at 7-4 and are actually playing tonight against the Carolina Panthers. So Sydney and Sophia, pretty awesome moment. The Browns, I mean, when the Browns get a win, you always love that because they've been so far and few this season. What did you guys think about Sanders in his first start as a Brown?
Oh my gosh, well, QB1 we just hear, and I'd be remiss not to mention Coach Prime being at the game. That was pretty exciting. And
well, Happy Victory Monday, that says all of it, right?
That's right, but we'll be right back with more.
Amen.
The great thing about a hearing check? No one makes you drink weird stuff, or drills your teeth, or dilates your eyes. It's just soothing me time in a quiet booth. Then bam, you can do the happy dance, because you're all done.
Untreated hearing loss puts you at greater risk for depression and anxiety. So what's holding you back? Let's see a hearing professional and get those ears checked. And let's dance.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance. So we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back. Yesterday, the final trailer for the 5th and last season of Stranger Things Volume 1 was released, leaving fans eagerly waiting for the season to finally premiere. Volume 1 debuts this Wednesday, November 26, followed by Volume 2 on Christmas, December 25, with the finale on the 31st. The final season will take viewers back to the original gang a year and a half after the season 4 finale.
I know that's highly anticipated, but something else to keep your eyes out for. One of the Smithsonian National Zoo's Asian elephants is pregnant. The endangered Asian elephant will give birth to her baby between mid-January and early March of next year. On average, Asian elephant pregnancies last 18 to 22 months. The birth would mark the zoo's first elephant calf in 25 years. They currently have a herd of 6 Asian elephants. Super fun and highly anticipated holiday watches as we're seeing.
Yes, and I've seen all throughout the internet people being extremely excited and eager to know what's going to happen in the finale because it's been so many years.
Well, we can't wait. Thanks so much for tuning in on your Monday evening with us.
You can find us anytime on KSTV.com. I'm Sophia Elena.
And I'm Sydney Brown. Have a great night, Portage County.
Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite,
Unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying. Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself. Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.